Hi everybody, thanks for joining me today. Hope you are all well and safe. Today I've produced this pencil and wash drawing in paper by 53. I've used the app before. I made a couple of series of it well over a year ago. Totally forgot all about it. I've rediscovered it. What a cracking little app. So I just thought I'd share it with you in case you haven't seen paper by 53 before. Let's get straight into the sketching. Hi guys, I am using paper by 53. I've done a couple of series on this a long time ago, but it's been a long time since I've used this app, so I thought I would give it a go. And what's really nice is you can, in fact, let's just go back to one of my previous books. All of these videos are on YouTube. You can search for, in fact there's a playlist called Paper by 53. In fact, there might be two. So these are sketches that I've done in paper by 53. And I'm going to start a new book. I don't know if this is going to be a series. I'm not sure yet. I might just do the one-off. But what is really, I suppose it's cool really about this is compared to Tchaikovsky sketches, this is really trimmed down. It makes Tchaikovsky sketches look like a power app. And what I mean by that is you've got similar sort of tools, but you cannot resize them. So your pencil tool is one size pencil, and that's your lot. You cannot adjust that size at all, and same with the watercolor brushes unless I'm missing something. But you've got this cool shading, look at that. Put the pencil on the side and you can shade in with it. So it's really, I used to love this app. I don't know why I stopped using it, probably because I got into Tchaikovsky. You can't sort of zoom in. Well, you can zoom in actually. You can't zoom out though. It just goes to this sort of page view, which is unfortunate. That would have been nice. But I'm just going to try this out again. The actual pencil is awesome. It's really cool. Look at that. Shading. I kind of want to shade that side. I would spin the iPad round, but as I'm recording, that would be a bit difficult to do, to be honest. So yeah, that's. I thought I might. Oh, there's no. I've not found any layers, but like I say, it's been a long while since I've used this app, so there may be things that I'm missing. Eraser works okay. So I'm just using a pencil. Palette's a bit odd that you can select colours. So you have like a palette, and I think if I'm right, yeah, you can sort of scroll through different palettes, and you can double click on a colour and change that colour. But what's really cool is once you've picked a colour, you can come to the colour mixer and mix a colour with the previous colour, which is quite interesting. You go one way and it replaces it with the original colour, and then you go counterclockwise and it replaces it with the new colour. So that's quite a nice, interesting feature. So I'm just sketching something that I made for the guy. Well, I didn't exactly make this. I've got an old guitar. This was my guitar when I was like 14 years old, and it doesn't play anymore. It really is worn out. The bridge is broke on it, so I couldn't play it. It was only a cheap guitar when I think I bought it with my own money actually. I think I saved up my pocket money to buy it, but it wasn't expensive, and so I don't want to spend any money getting it fixed. I do know a really good luthier who's fixed stuff for me before, and I bought my double bass off, but I didn't want to spend money on this one, so I turned it into a nesting box. I don't know if I've got the neck right. I'm going to rub the neck out, I'm going to paint the body and then draw the neck in over the body, I think. Yeah, so this is a nesting box idea. I don't know if it'll work. I can hide the toolbar as well, which is quite nice. I don't suppose we'll get any birds in it. I think maybe I should make the hole smaller, sort of fill it in somehow. I don't know. But I've packed it with straw so the birds can't get stuck inside my bird's nest. I'm going to draw a frame around this. We have actually had birds feeding on the feeder that we put up. There, I know I'm working now. So now I can judge where that guitar neck's going to go. About there, I think. Let's just bring the tools back. This really is a nice pencil. There's a Facebook group as well called Paper by 53, which I used to post in, and people do some really cool stuff with that. There we go. So the combination of tilting that, I suppose by tilting the pencil you have got sort of different thickness leads, but it's just so much like a traditional pencil as opposed to just sort of moving a slider. And this app's free. There is a paid version. I don't know what the benefits are of the paid version. I've never bought it, but I think this is probably easier to use than Tchaikovsky, perhaps. But it hasn't quite got as many features. It would be nice if it had, I don't know, I was going to say it'd be nice if it had layers, but you know what, that's what drew me to this app in the first place. The fact that it didn't have anything like that. I've got that wrong, haven't I? But I'll tell you what it has got, look. It has got a pair of scissors, so I can sort of draw around that and move that along there. There we go. So it has got sort of, oops, I must remember to switch back to the pencil. It has got that feature which is quite cool, I suppose. let's get this plectrum guard. The reason I bought this guitar was because of this plectrum guard on it. I just fell in love with it. It was like so so decorative, and it's got, you can't see it, but it's got this sort of flowery pattern on it, on the plectrum guard, and I thought that was really cool. And I think it cost about £30 or something like that, and it's not a full size fingerboard either. It's a narrow fingerboard, which was okay when I was 14, but it would be a bit difficult to play now. So I'm hoping the birds are going to like it. That's cool. You can sort of shade in nicely with it, look. It's definitely worth downloading, I think. Totally got that wrong, haven't I? Let's just get that razor back. I'm going to rub that out as well and just put that back in. There we go. So I'm missing the sort of scraping sound that you get with Tchaikovsky. They've got this sort of sound like you're actually scratching your pencil over the paper. So that's missing, which would, I mean, it's only, doesn't make the drawing any easier or better or anything. But I mean, this is a really nice pencil. It's great for shading. I'm going to show you the watercolor as well in a bit. I'd really forgot how neat this app is. I mean, it wouldn't be for some people, because some people like, if you've got Procreate, why would you want to use something that's so basic as this? And I would argue that it's just great. The reason, what drew me to it was the fact that it just felt so natural and like drawing with a real pencil. And you haven't got the restrictions, not the restrictions, you haven't got the distractions of working with lots of layers and masking layers and alpha layers and blend modes and all of that. All you've got is a pencil on a sheet of paper, which I really like. Look at that, you can really quickly shade something in and get those sort of shadows going off there. Like that. Shade that in really quick. It's like using a super soft pencil. There we go. So I haven't used any colour, obviously, just I'm going to put a watercolour wash on it though. I think that would definitely add to it. We've got this sort of leaf shadow. Putting lots of sort of mottled patterns. There we go. Bit of shading around here. Dark shading on that. Right, let's pick out the watercolor brush, and I'm going to stick with the black color because I just want to. You can also add the color palette as well. And look at this. If you take your time, light pressure, you get a dark, and if you sort of lighter pressure, you get this much lighter effect. Similar to Tchaikovsky, I guess, but at the same time, just so different. Look at that, I like it. Fast strokes, you get nice light colour. And if you work slowly, you get much darker tones. Like that. Let's just colour the guitar in a bit. Got a dark shadow. Underneath there, and we've got dark shadows in between every one of these. It's a really sunny day. One of these panels. Just quick wash over the guitar. I like it, and then I guess I can go over this and sort of strengthen up washes. Yeah. Another thing you can do as well, you can use your finger to smudge. Do you see that? To blend a bit. I don't want to do that with this one. Too much there. Oh, just 3 fingers. Doesn't seem to redo it. Let's zoom back out again. Right, so I think I've got a few washes on there. Let's go back with a pencil and just move that out of the way. Start putting a little bit of texture in. Sharpen up that little bird feeder a little bit. There we go. Not the most accurate drawing in the world, but I just wanted to show you what a lot of fun it can be with paper 53. I'd totally forgotten about this app, and I think I might start using it again. What do you think? Do you think it'd be a good idea? Comments please. Should I reintroduce paper 53? Or should I just stick with Tchaikovsky? Just go back with that watercolor brush one more time. Oops. That's it. I just felt that needed shadow under there. Just getting that sort of shadowy bit on the fence. Let's just take the eraser. I don't know how small I can get with the eraser. Just want to sort of pop that post back in, clean the top of that up a little bit. Add a few buttons for the guitar, and then go back in with a pencil and just make them look like they've not been lifted out with an eraser. I suppose I could just touch it slightly with my finger. There we go. I can also change this colour to white. I've gone the wrong way. No, go. Is that white? That's it. So I've got a white, and then I can draw over my coloured or black lines with the white, because I just wanted to left that out a little bit. And maybe that as well. There we go. Put a little bit of highlight on that. A few of the straw. There we are. Back to me black. When I was a painter and decorator many years ago, I used to study wood grain for graining and marbling, which was a technique of imitating timber and making paint look like wood. And I used to have to sketch wood grain and as an apprentice to try and learn these patterns that oak would make, and not so much pine, obviously, because why would you imitate pine when it's so cheap to buy? But we would imitate oak and mahogany and walnut and timbers like that. So I used to sort of sketch wood grain. Seems crazy now. I've not got that the same, have I? But there you go. I think I'm coming to the end of this one. This is, I mean, like I say, it's just really is just a simple, proper little sketch, not a painting or anything. Because sometimes it's cool not to, you know, I've said it before, you don't always have to produce a masterpiece, do you? It's just nice to sketch and draw. And this is another app to download. It's free, doesn't cost anything. And it's really cool. You can get some really nice effects with it. Let's sign this off. I've finished, I think. There we go. I hope you have enjoyed this video. If you have, a big thumbs up as always, much appreciated. And if you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing, because I have lots of videos like this. And don't forget, everybody, stay safe, stay sane, and keep painting. Hopefully, I'll see you all in the next one. Bye.